Well, hello. I am glad to be able to send you this video that will help prepare you to be a Youth New Member prayer partner. We are so excited each spring to offer this opportunity for high school students that are participating in our Youth New Members class. Some of you may have had students participate in this class, or maybe you remember a confirmation experience from your youth. Regardless, this is a unique experience for these students. They are all high schoolers and they are all participating in this series of lessons that offers them an opportunity to dig deep into some big questions of faith and to really own their own faith and ultimately have the opportunity to join VPC. One of our goals for the class is, of course, for them to understand their faith and to grow in faith. But we also want them to understand what it means to be part of a faith community. And that's where you come in. Being able to meet with other adults that are not their parents and to see faith lived out in those people's lives is so important. That's part of what it means to be part of a faith community. In addition, research shows us that those other adults pouring into our students' lives can make a big difference in the way they view themselves and their faith. So we really appreciate your time and your commitment to being with these students, to praying with them, to connecting with them, and encouraging them throughout this journey. So by now, each of you have had a chance, hopefully, to look at the packet that I sent you via email. If not, go ahead and pull that out now. I'm going to take a minute here to go over some of the highlights from that packet. There's a lot of great information in there. First off, I would like you to please take a careful look at the dates that are mentioned there and make sure that you have those on your calendar so that you can be present with your Youth New Member at the designated times. You'll also notice in the packet that there is a worksheet, and that worksheet is simply a tool that, if it is useful, to facilitate your first meeting, get to know you session with your Youth New Member. It's an opportunity to write down just the basic contact information and details so that you can remember them and just get the conversation started with your Youth New Member. As I mentioned, these Youth New Members are high schoolers. They have typical high school concerns and worries and anxieties, but they're also digging into some really heavy and important big topics in this Youth New Member class. And we hope that you get a chance to support them in all of those types of prayer concerns that they might have and encourage them as they try to wrestle with those things in a godly way. In the course of the classes that they're taking, the students will have opportunity to ask questions, of course, of their parents and of Travis and Wes and the other volunteer leaders. But we also know that sometimes it's easier to have those ask those questions or have those conversations in a one-on-one atmosphere. So ask them how they're doing, what they think of the class. And if questions come up that you can't answer, don't hesitate to reach out to Travis, Wes, or myself, and we'll help you find the answers to those questions. In the packet that I sent you, there is also a list of the actual classes. There are 5 classes. Who is God? What does God do? How do we know what God does? How is God represented on earth? And what kind of people are we called to be? All super great topics, and they are sure to have some interesting and worthwhile discussion around those topics. I'll be sending out emails weekly to the Youth New Member parents and to you all, the prayer partners, just so you have a little summary of what they're talking about. That'll aid in your discussions and the ways that you're able to encourage the students. Also, in that email, we'll have a list of, they have enrichment activities and homework assignments that you could pray for them about and or reference if you feel called to do that. In fact, we know that the Spirit will call you to pray in a certain way for your students. So please feel free to follow the Spirit's leadings. But if you're not sure what direction to go with your prayers, there are some prayer prompts in the packet as well, and some guidelines for praying for your students. We know that this is a super meaningful season for our students, and that your role in this time is one that is just there's no way to put a price on it. It is so valuable. So thank you again from the bottom of our hearts for taking time to participate in this way. Again, please make a note of all the dates in the packet so that you can be present with your youth new member at the Awaken Cafe. Thank you again. Blessings.